Want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakadash. Peace and blessings to the 144,000, the elect, to all the brothers that's out there preaching this word, Shalom. To all the sisters that's out there listening, Shalom. I'm on my day. Go get my daily bread. But as I'm riding in, it's a little bit of traffic. So I thought I'd, go ahead and do a little drive video. It's early in the morning. As you can see. But yeah. Basically, I want to touch up on, I know I've been making a few videos talking about these chariots and some of the things that I've been thinking and stuff that's been coming on to me from the Spirit is that you want to be real mindful of these chariots. Very mindful of them. And when you look at other people posting videos, don't, be so quick to, believe everything. I was listening to the thing with, what's his name, Doppler 007 or something. I used to listen to him back in the day. And he was saying that it's posted that some ship is flying at Earth at a so amount of speed and it's this amount long. I'm not saying that it's not true, but also at the same time, you gotta take everything with a grain of salt. I wouldn't necessarily get all focused up on that. Our main focus is to spread this word and sincerity and truth. That's our main focus. When the Father comes, He comes, and there's still more prophecies that has to be, done, like the MOTB. So we need to be focusing on that, spreading that word about that. And all this stuff going on with Guerrilla Hebrew and stuff like that. I'm not saying that those things shouldn't be talked about. But if that man wants to do that and act all crazy and stuff, let him do it. We got to focus on getting the word out to those that want to hear it. Those that don't want to hear and they forbear the word, let them be off to the side and let us focus on those that want to hear it, that's being sincere. Because we don't got that much time left. Certain things we shouldn't be focusing on. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm the head of saying how things are supposed to be, but we got to look at it realistically. We really got to focus on people that need to hear this word. Because we all at one time was believing something that was not true. So we have to think about, it's a lot of people out here that really want to hear the truth. So if they really want to hear the truth, we got to do our part and to spread that truth to them. Excuse me, Salaki. So that they get this truth. And if we don't do our part for them to get the truth, their blood's going to be on our hands. So that is the main thing, is get your videos out, teach the word, friends, family, no matter how you do it, get it out. Because that's what we have to do. Don't let the secular things of life, things that that are yet to come distract us. When the chariots come, they're going to come. And they're going to rescue us out of there. And every time that you say you hear something or see something, you have to always ask your question, why? Why are you seeing a chariot? Why are they allowing the information to come out saying that they see a chariot that's 7 miles wide and this and that, and it's coming to Earth? Yeah, Esau already knows he has a short period of time. He's also going to keep some information from us, even if he does see a chariot coming. Because if you think about it, that would give us more hope. He ain't trying to give us more hope. And don't think for 1 second, as I said before, that Edom doesn't have his own chariots. Because you might be looking at Edom chariots and thinking that's from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. But it's not. It's from Edom. I have my own thoughts of certain things that I really think. But sometimes you can't even say everything how you feel, because people might look at you a little different. But I believe in keeping the peace and the brotherhood and focus on the things that's important, and that's getting this word out, because that is the most important thing. When we get delivered, we get delivered. If we focus on doing the work, we would get to see those chariots. We would be in awe. We would learn how they work and everything. But that's for that time. Right now, this time, we gotta focus on getting the word out. And that should be the most important thing. Teaching people who the devil really is. Teaching the people that you don't burn for eternity. Teaching people, how in the kingdom it's going to be many wives to one man, and the reason why. Always the reason why. And teaching the people how we're going to have children, because people need to know that. And teaching the women how, if they are in the truth, how they're supposed to maintain that mindset when they're going into the kingdom. Because when you hear the word of truth, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful feeling. So that's why we need to focus on really getting this word out, because it's the most important work ever, and it's not going to be done again like how it's being done now. Because in the kingdom, we're not going to have to worry about all the lies and people, when we try to convince people what we say is going to be what we say. Well, also with this thing dealing with these aliens, we have to look at the picture bigger. That why Edom has always said that there are supposedly aliens that are coming. Because he doesn't want to outright say it's going to be angels from the Most High coming. He doesn't want to say that. And if you look at it, when Edom tries to pull off their fake alien invasion and their fake Messiah invasion, It's with the goal of destroying all religions. Just imagine you trying to go out there and preach the word, and you can't do it because everybody sees these chariots in the sky. And when they see these chariots, they're not going to want to hear you preaching something from the Bible, because they've been in this programming that always shows them movies. I mean, come on, they had E.T., Invaders from Mars, Austin Wells. People have been programmed to believe that these flying discs are supposed to have aliens. Edom has been doing this for years. And imagine as us, we're coming into the truth. We're learning about these chariots and what they really supposed to stand for. Don't think Edom ain't thinking about, well, if we can get a rack of these people that believe, that are Israelites, that their salvation has come. That's why it says, if the Messiah's over here, he's over there, don't believe it. Just think about it during that day. People going to say, oh, I seen a chariot here. I seen a chariot there. Yahweh-Shai's over there. And that's how you're going to get yoked up. And it's going to be false information during that day. Because you got to understand, Edom does not want the true kingdom to be set up by any means. So he's going to have those agents out there saying, oh, Yahweh-Shai, he's over there. He's over here. He's talking about this and that. They're going to try by any means to fool people. Even to give some people visitations. And there even might be someone so high up, or someone that you might respect a lot, to confuse you. Because don't forget, Edom has this AI going on too. So he could make a video saying this and saying that. And you be like, oh, that was such and such. She was talking about, yeah. And the whole time it's a lie. It's going to be a lot of deception. A lot of deception going on. Because it's already a lot of deception going on now. And don't think for 1 second that these people can't, as they say, that show, they clone Tyrone. Don't think these people can't clone you and take you out and have someone talking for you. I mean, it's real bad out here. The main thing is just like how I'm saying, focus on spreading the word. Don't focus too much on these chariots when they coming. When they come, they come. And always keep an open mind to know what's going on. You gotta be cautious as a serpent. You gotta be cautious. That's why snakes act the way they act. They know they don't have arms and legs to try to defend themselves. That's why all of them, even the ones that are venomous and non-venomous, they all strike the same and they all act the same. Because they know they have no means of defending themselves but to bite. So that's how we need to be. Cautious of whatever we might see and hear. Because there's people out here trying to manipulate everything because they don't want this word to get out. They want this word to be something to be washed away. And all that stuff with Guerrilla Hebrew. Don't get caught up with that. I mean, I know people want to speak on him, but to me, he's not even worth a conversation. He's not. Vocab Malone and all the stuff that he's doing, he's not worth a conversation either. I only made one video on that dude, that was it. Enough said. He ain't worth to be talked about. The only thing that's worth to go out our lips is to defend the word and spread the word. That is it. Defend it and spread it. That's all we need to do. Everything else will be added to us, because there's still some people out here that need to hear the word. I always think about how I was, you know. You learn it here, you learn it there, and you think that you got the truth. But then when you really hear it coming out of GMS, you like, you know what? I was a fool back then, because I thought what I was believing back then was the truth. And you have to understand, too, why did the Father allow you to believe what you thought was to believe to be true? It's also to humble you. So you can also be like, oh, you thought you had it, huh? Well, you didn't have it. Now you have it. It's just like when you're a kid. If you were an artist, I mean, I dabble in drawing. You might look at your old drawings and be like, oh man, that was a kiddie drawing. Or if you was designing something, oh man, that was a kiddie design. And then you look at your designs now, you're like, man, what was I thinking back then? I actually thought that looked good. Same thing with some relationships sometimes. You might could have been dating the girl and be like, oh, I thought she was real pretty. I thought she was everything. She really wasn't all that. I thought I wasn't really in love. Oh, that was just puppy love. You know? So, we got to get to those that think that they got the truth, but they don't got the truth, and tell them the truth. That's the most important stuff we need to do. Very, very important. And I try to keep my videos like that when I'm doing the lesson, when I prepare for them. I try to think about how I felt when I didn't know this subject. And always, once again, keep your minds open for this MOTB. I always try to tell myself, bring out that MOTB every time. I was listening to one of the brothers' videos. He was saying how it was some girl, he put the chip inside of her head. She was crying and stuff. It was a good video. Shout out to that brother. So, yeah, it's going to be all type of stuff being done in these last hours that we're here. That they're going to be looking for ways to entrap us. And then you're going to have people trying to set people up. I know sometimes when I go to certain places, people might try to look at me funny and laugh, and some people might try to give you mean looks, and then sometimes people might try to play certain type of music or noise around you to see how you react. You got stupid stuff like that going on, and we gotta watch out for that. And we also gotta be careful when we or go on to our homes, because these people are going to try to follow us and to see where we're at, because the government doesn't want this word to get out. And don't think for 1 second the government hasn't been paying people, because they have been paying people. They've been paying people to spy on people. and then to give that information back to their agents. Think about it. You got someone that hasn't been working in months, that has been going through it. What more better way than to give that job to someone who hasn't been working in a long time or who hasn't been eating? They're going to stalk you like a hawk. And that's what these people have been doing. They stalk brothers and sisters. They take pictures of them. They write down the minute that you went to the grocery store, the minute that you left, the minute you went home, the minute you went to a gathering or a function. These people are they're being paid to stalk you and to give that information back to their handlers. But what they don't realize is they'll listen to the videos of them saying that, oh yeah, he know that. Well, if he know that, why don't he do this or she do this? You know, knowing that they stalking them. Because eventually, man, you get tired of that stuff. But what they don't know is that they're being stalked. Because the minute that they realize that, hey man, maybe I shouldn't be stalking this person, and maybe this person really ain't a bad person. Maybe what they saying is correct. It's just like, and I always try to refer to that movie Belly with DMX. If you've seen that movie Belly, at the end, the agent came up to him and he said his name, Buns. He was like, who are you? He told him, hey, look, don't run. There's agents everywhere and they're watching you. He said, man, we can put you away for a long time. A long time. All you have to do is do this, kill this guy, because this guy trying to do a great reveal, which will basically wake people up. Once you do that, you can go free. Yep. And that's how they have always done us. They find a way to entrap us and use something against us, and they threaten us with being in prison forever. There's a lot of things I want to say about what you should do, but I'm not going to do that. Everybody has to figure out their own path or what they will want to do or have to do. But it goes to show you that that's how it is. These people want you to turn against your own people. But in that movie with Belly, he started understanding that the guy he was supposed to take out really wasn't a bad person. And he started believing in the truth. He said, hey, don't get into all this. Don't get into all this. Because he knew if he keep hearing that word, he would change. He would change 100%. But what turned out to be happening was, at the end, he made a decision. And he made the right decision. And his decision wasn't to take that guy's life. His decision was to do the right thing. And he did the right thing. And we all going to be tested like that. And it's sad, the most saddest part is that we got brothers and sisters that would rather be on the side with these devils than to wake up and smell the coffee and decide to do the right thing. They'd rather not do that. They'd rather just go out here, get their little bit of chump change, of money from stalking people or trying to make someone get into an altercation and then go home and talk to their friends about it, not knowing we all got to answer to the Father above. And then they're lying to them, making them feel like what they're doing is right. Saying he's the one that's wrong. Look at his past. Look what he did. He did this, he did that. She did this, she did that. Well, all you gotta do is look, did that person change, man? If that person changed, then why are you still holding that person to that? Like I said before, then that means there's something wrong with you. The angels rejoice when a man changes, when a woman changes. So why can't you rejoice? It's because of jealousy. Some of these people got problems with themselves, and they don't know how to change. And they're actually quite weak of people, because if it was a dark alley with just you and them, and you had to confront them, it'll be different. It'll be way different. Because a lot of people hide behind these police and the system that's here. They hide behind it. But they know if you do something to them, they go straight to the police. It's just like what women do. They say they want equal rights, and they want stuff to be equal. But when someone gets them back in place, oh, you hit a woman, you're not supposed to do that. There's been women out here that have done grievous things to people. There's been women that cut off men's genitals. It's been women that have hurt other people's babies. It was just on the news, this woman who shot her husband with a .357 Magnum in the head because she seen text messages of him talking to another woman, in which most likely she's a Christian-based woman. And if they knew the truth, there's nothing wrong with a man having another woman. But women want to be so controlling. They're the real controlling ones. She need to check herself. Because if he was talking to another woman, probably because she wasn't doing everything she was supposed to. Because if you really look at it, we all been programmed just to be with one woman. But the only time when someone looks out of the woman that they're talking to is when stuff is not being done right. And then these women are given too much rights. Too much rights. They get the right to hurt people, to do messed up things to people. They've been given too many rights. That's why a lot of them get off on the things that they do. And they don't get no accountability to it. It's a real sad thing how a lot of them just get away with stuff. You got that Jezebel spirit. They lie and they connive and they feel that only men should be accountable. If you was a real man, but they won't, and you say to them, if you was a real Proverbs 31 woman, you'll be doing the right thing. But see, this system is what got their minds messed up. And they say, I'm not no slave to you. You're a servant for a man. You was created for a man. You was created to be a helpmate. So since you was created to be a helpmate and you're helping the man, that means the man tells you what to do. So that means a master of his slave tells his slave what to do. We are a slave to the Father. He tells us what to do, and we do it. And his Son, the only begotten Son, he is a slave to the Father. And he does and do what he has to do. So it's just like that. Man, traffic really bad this morning. Outrageously bad. So, yeah, don't get that MOTB. Don't get that mark. Because they're trying to push it. Every time they can, they're trying to push that mark. And they're trying to mess a lot of people up. They knowing that this place has a short period of time. And a lot of people like this place too. I mean, they really like this place. They like that all they have to do is wake up in the morning, punch in, go to work. They get to drive their car, pay their bills. They like it. They like the structure. They'll talk and say, oh yeah, I can't wait till Jesus is going to come. But the minute you tell them how the kingdom's going to be, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear in the kingdom that men are going to have many wives. They don't want to hear in the kingdom that the Edomites are going to have to suffer and that they're going to have to go into slavery. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear these smooth things, that we all going to be in peace. So if we all going to be in peace, how is it supposed to be for those that has done the wickedness? How's it supposed to be done for them? They're just supposed to keep going on to what they've been doing and just stay like that? That's crazy. There's no way that the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, that they're going to allow that. There's no way. I mean, no way, no way, no way. It can't happen. It can't work. It just can't. These people like this system, man. Oh yeah, and another thought that was another video that I'm gonna show recently. I got this old video of these people talking about these aliens, and they're saying that the aliens look just like us, just like human beings. And that's gonna be another reason for them to bring out the MOTB. They're gonna say, well, you gotta take this MOTB, so when we scan you, we know that you're not an alien. That's what they're going to do. They're going to scan you. And they'll be like, nah, he's clear. He's not one of them. They're going to have that going on. Another perfect way to do mass genocide and mass confusion. For the people to be like, oh man, such and such, he was an alien the whole time. What? Yeah. So they're going to do all that. Yes, indeed. They gonna pull that out the woodwork. Best believe if Edom gonna make a video on it, he gonna try to do it. He gonna try to do it. Saying that there are aliens among us. The aliens among us that look just like us. And that's gonna be more of a reason for them to chip. It's just like the movie The Thing. If you ever seen it, it was imposing as anybody. And the only reason how they knew if it wasn't it is that they were checking people's teeth. Because, most people have fillings in their teeth. From cavities and stuff like that. So they was checking people's teeth. Or if people had any form of metal in their body. So, not saying it's going to be exactly like that, but don't put anything beside what Edom could do. And that'll be another reason. So, we got to kill some of them because they look like them. There's no way for us to know, just like in the TV show V. They look like regular human beings, but when you snatched off their face mask, there was a lizard underneath. And then Edom will come out and say, well, the reason why we had this predictive programming because we couldn't come out right out and say it. We knew that the people couldn't handle it. So we had these TV shows and these movies to slowly declose the truth. Which that's a daggone lie, but they're gonna say it. And they're gonna give some stupid example for it. Just like when you turn the lights on when you wake up in the morning, you cover your eyes a little bit, and the truth can blind you sometimes. So they're gonna say nonsense like that. And saying the reason why they had to lie to us. And they always use the celebrities. Look, they have used Will Smith. I could either confirm or deny Obama, Hillary Clinton, Dan Aykroyd, all these people they have used to talk about these aliens. And they don't even exist. It's just another lie coming from Edom. So they can push their agenda. That's all it is. That's all it is. Another lie from Edom. Be very careful of what Edom could do, because he's going to try everything. He's going to try everything he can to confuse us, to trick us, to mislead us, and probably even turn us. So when all this stuff is happening, everybody's mind is going to be thinking so many different ways, going 100 miles per hour. That's how people gonna be thinking. Nah, brother is this. Nah, brother is that. Nah, sister is this. Nah, sister is that. That's what they're gonna be doing. It's gonna be done just like that. Some brothers gonna be right, some gonna be wrong. These last tests are going to be something not to be forgotten. That's why you got to have an open mind of any possibility. You don't know what Edom was going to pull out. And then with all these identifications, and you don't also know, I mean, every time when you use these identifier metrics, like your eye and your fingerprints, some people might use it to access their phone. They have it that you put your thumbprint on it or your finger, and you can access your phone like that. And then if you show your face, you can use that to access your phone too. So your phone stores all that information. And just imagine when you got these fake ships out here, and I do mean fake ships, they're going to be scanning people. Just like how I showed you in that movie, RoboCop. He was scanning everything. It was a scene in the movie where it was someone that was hiding in the crowd saying what he was, and RoboCop detected him by scanning his eyes from a distance. Now imagine that being a machine designed to kill the Father's elect. And they already got our fingerprints, our eye retina, our DNA on program. They already got that stuff. I mean, look at it. I mean, in high school, I had to wear a badge. It was a badge, an ID badge, with my name and my picture. And when I graduated, and even at every end of the school year, we had to turn that badge in. And if we lost that badge, we had to retake a picture, pay for it, and give it to them. They got a file on all of us. On all of us. All that stuff goes from one school to the next school. And then a lot of people don't think about where does it go after high school. It goes to the FBI, the CIA. They make their copies of it. They scan it. And they put it in a base. That's what they do. They put it in a base with all of our information. And when they do that, now they have a record of us from high school and before that. I even seen these fools come to my job and they brought my elementary teacher in there to my job just to see if I recognized her. I didn't say anything, but I seen her though. And they did that. And to see how I would react. People are devils, man. Some of your friends you've been friends with for a long time, they part of that devil system too. And they gonna get dealt with. Because if you know someone's doing something, you should be saying something. But they don't even want to do that. No, I'm too scared. I'm not getting involved with that. That's some bullshit ass shit. But once we get those heavenly bodies and we on that other side, and now we're gonna be the ones that's gonna be doing the judging. And we're gonna say, hey, remember all that? You knew that those people were stalking me, man. You knew that those people was doing this and doing that. Oh yeah, but I'm saying, though, you gotta understand, but man, fuck you, man. Fuck you. You decide to go on the other side. So since you decided to do that, here's your punishment. And it's one thing to go against your brother, but it's one thing to go against the possible elect. Even if a person's not of the elect, but they're doing their utmost to spread their word. But Father Yahweh is still going to deal with you. Because you're trying to prevent the word from being spread. That's the most wickedest thing you could do. You knowing that the person trying to spread the word, and you want to go out of your way to prevent that. Or because you're scared, or you might have a quarreling with that person. He's going to deal with you. He's going to deal with all that's doing it. And all these people that's in these churches, only thing you want to do is clap your hands and sing kumbaya and all that stuff. Y'all going to be dealt with too. Because a lot of y'all rather believe the lie than believe the truth. And a lot of y'all know y'all being lied to. But like that lie so much. Man, being taught sweet things and smooth things, it feels so good. Trying to tell people who the devil really is. Really trying to tell people about reincarnation. Really trying to tell people about certain things you should eat and not eat. None of this stuff is safe to eat anyway. But damn, at least try to minimize it. So people need to listen up. Well, with that being said, I've been on here long enough. I'm almost at my destination. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, the 144,000, 1/3, all the sisters that listen in, and all those that spreading this word with sincere truth, 100% truth. Shalom.